Hey, everybody, and we are back with Dicing with Death. Solomon the Cruel has just slain the kobolds, most of them, and have one of them prisoner.
Mm-hmm. And the kobolds in turn slayed an innocent man and child and the poor donkey
Yeah, but
and
fuck
chased
them.
one young girl into the woods to
Eh,
certain doom.
well, she doesn't want to come
Okay.
back, that's on her.
So, all right. So it is now, the sky is now reddish orange as the sun is setting,
Shit.
getting a little chilly. A breeze is picking up. You've got a
Uh,
kobold in front of you at knife point. You're prepared to lead down the road.
I ask him in Goblin how far to the nearest town.
Hmm. He sort of shrugs. His rating distance.
How
He's
far in time?
maybe quarter of an afternoon.
I nod. We're gonna keep marching. Keep marching through the dark.
Okay. So you march this kobold. Sun
Yeah.
sets. It gets sort of twilighty.
Okay. I
Um,
keep him
so
just
okay.
like 10 feet in front of me. So that
All right.
way, if he runs, I can still get a hit on him as he bolts.
10 feet in front of you.
Yeah, because my whip is 15 feet long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got the whip in your hand,
Whip in the hand, ready, just like.
dagger in the other, or sheathed.
Oh, dagger sheathed, yeah. Need
Okay.
my
Are you? Which
offhand
color robes are you wearing?
red.
Red. All right. So okay, the path sort of winds vaguely westward,
Okay.
and you eventually the trees start to thin, and the path sort of slopes up a hill. As you start walking up the hill, I mean, your eyes are kind of adjusting to the dark, and you see it looks like a small palisade wall at the top of the hill.
Excellent. I start marching him towards the palisade wall.
Okay. All right. So you get towards the wall. The path leads to sort of an opening in the wall. So it's not actually there's no gate. It's just sort of like there's a opening and then
Hmm.
there's another wall in front. If that makes sense,
Yeah, I
like a
get you.
smaller wall, so you can sort of walk around, but it's like traffic control if they're being
Right, you
invaded.
can't charge straight in. You have to like come in
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I get you.
All right, and you see, yeah, and there's sort of
Um,
a guy on the outside
okay,
of the outside wall.
I yell
Um,
as we are getting fairly close. I
mhm.
have a prisoner. I could use some assistance from a guard. Help!
Prisoner, who goes there?
I am Solomon the Wise. I came across some kobolds attacking a cart a few miles back, and I managed to kill most of them. I've got one prisoner. He killed the driver.
Stay there.
I
And
stop and I tell the
you
kobold
see
and
the
goblin to
guy.
stop.
So he's about maybe 20 feet up the hill.
Hmm.
You see him pick a belt up off the ground and buckle it around his waist
Okay.
and strut down the hill towards you.
Okay.
Um,
I keep my whip
he
out.
just looks like a man, sort of like
He looks like a
a
man.
farmerish man, you know,
Okay.
generic sandy brown hair,
Okay.
scruffy. He's got a belt or a sword on his belt,
Okay.
but doesn't look like he's a fighting man.
Right.
He says, "Whoa, you got one of those critters.
I got one.
They've been raiding our supplies for weeks now."
Yeah, he and his colleagues attacked a cart, killed the man, one of the girls in there, and drove the other one out into the woods. There's a
Why are
little
you
girl
keeping
running
it
around the woods.
alive? And he starts to draw his sword.
I was gonna question him.
Question him.
I can
Those
speak
creatures
Goblin.
aren't smart. You can what? And he sort of
It's a long story. I've dealt with these creatures many times back in my homeland and proved useful to learn their language. They say they have a fort or an encampment out in a cave somewhere.
yeah.
You
We've
know where it
chased
is?
it back. Mm, maybe a couple miles off that way. And he sort of
Actually,
points
do you
south.
mind if we go inside? I'm really badly wounded and kind of cold.
Yeah, looks it. You're welcome, but that thing needs to go. And he
Look, we can put it down right now if you want, or Or maybe, do you have a jail cell we can hold it in? I think we could question him.
He looks really skeptical. You want to roll some kind of check, like charisma, unless you can think of something better.
No, if he looks skeptical, I'm like, all right, fine. And I tell the kobold, okay, we're going to pretend to do something right now, okay? And then I pull out my dagger, walk up to the kobold, and just slit his throat.
Okay. No. Yeah. He just dies.
Okay, I just push the corpse off to the side.
I'll deal with that in the morning.
Yeah,
And
it's late.
he starts walking back to the health
Okay,
station.
I fake like I'm too wounded to walk and kind of like stumble a bit and say, can you help me out?
Sure. And
Okay.
he sort of props you up on your shoulder.
Okay. Put my dagger away, kind of put my whip away. Keep going.
So how far did you say that cart was?
I give him the approximate distance.
Okay. Are there survivors?
One of the little girls ran off into the woods. I tried to find her, but she wouldn't come back.
Do you know who they were?
No. I'd give a description of the man and the girl. You know, I'd say there was one man, two girls. This is who they were. They broke an axle.
They had a cart. Do you know what they were moving?
Oats, barley, grain, that sort of thing.
Barley. That must have been
Jenkins?
Jenkins. Good guy. Those poor girls.
Oh,
Get a search party rounded up.
okay. Do you have an inn or somewhere I can go to rest?
Yeah. So he walks you to the inn and says, Martha, set this guy up with a room free of charge. And he leaves to go, presumably round up the town's guards. On his way out, he says, Daryl, what are you doing in here? And you say, there's a guy at the bar. Looks like he's a couple beers deep. He says, come on, we gotta go. And the guy gets up and grumbling leaves.
Okay.
Another member of the town guard.
Okay.
And the two of them take off. So you're in a tavern. On this.
All right. Well, I go up to Martha
down
and be like,
half the
Martha,
same
I could really use a place to sleep.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. You look pretty beat up.
I tell her the same sob story I told the guard.
Okay. Yeah. So she sets you up with a hot meal and a place to stay.
Excellent. Tonight I can just forget spells, right? So I don't have to
Yeah.
cast putrefy food and water. So I'm going to learn 2 cure light wounds and a cause fear.
Okay. Do you want to do anything that night, or you just eat and go straight to bed?
No, I'm just going to eat and go straight to bed.
Alrighty. Alright, so the next morning you memorize your spells.
And then I immediately cast cure light wounds on myself.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
8. Well, fucking hell.
Okay.
That's perfect. Full life.
Okay.
So I have a cure light wounds and a cause fear left. Okay. Shit. I did not want to heal that many wounds. I actually only wanted to be partially healed. This is kind of suspicious.
You gonna cut yourself up?
No, that's ridiculous. Why would I do that?
I mean, your robes are still tattered and bloody, but
Yeah.
you're gonna be all spry and.
Well, I'm gonna kind of hobble down the staircase.
Okay. Alright. Martha's got breakfast for you.
All right. Excellent.
Sausage and eggs.
Love me some sausage and eggs. All right. So I sit down and I ask her, what was that guard's name that brought me in last night?
You mean Dale?
Yeah. It's a good man, Dale. Okay.
You want to find him?
No, I just need to know his name. That's all. I never got to thank him. Shit.
So anything you
Um,
do?
I want to ask about the town. I want to get as much information as I can. There's a palisade wall around it, clearly, but how many people
So
live
do you want
here?
to talk to?
Yeah, I talked to Martha.
Chat. Okay. Yeah, there's a few other patrons in the bar, and she seems friendly. She seems to know them all. It seems like a small village of maybe 30 or so households, so probably 100 people.
Okay. Households. Do they have
um,
a temple or a church in this town?
they do, yes.
Is it like a
Small.
I
Yeah.
inquire as to its size, its scale, how many priests, that sort of thing.
You get there's one priest.
Okay.
It's just a small building.
And to what god is this temple?
Um, I never came up with a name for her. It's sort of like it's a female goddess of like agriculture.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
The generic one. I guess I can come up with the name
All right.
now.
As soon as I get the name, I kind of like, oh, okay, that's nice, and I move on like it's nothing, and I ask about the weather and super generic stuff that just kind of like passing the time, getting acquainted, ask her about her family, that sort of thing.
hmm
Um,
Okay. Yeah. So it's this is the typical goddess that most of the small folk tend to worship. Her name is let's just Armesia.
Armesia. Okay.
Armesia. Okay.
All right.
So fertility and agriculture, crops, sort
Okay.
of your god's bitch, basically.
Right. Um.
Yeah, so it seems like it's mostly a farming village. They put up this palisade because of all the problems with neighboring goblins, kobolds, that sort of thing. And it's sort of like a way station between major cities.
Hmm.
So to the west, there's a huge trading post. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean a
So
couple days walk west.
after some chatter with her, I kind of level with her and get a serious look on my face, and I say, I'm coming from the east, back at Trium,
Mhm.
and some weird stuff was going down at Trium. Have there been any weird disturbances out here?
Disturbances. Well, our caravans keep getting hit by the goblins, but
No, I mean weird disturbances. Back in Trium, I mean I left because things were getting pretty bad. People would go missing in the night, just from inside the town. Did Trium have a wall around it?
it did not.
Okay. People would
So
go missing in the night, and some of
Preem's,
the
Preem's the next town over from this
right,
one.
right.
So yeah,
Um, and sometimes we just find bodies in places. No one knew what it was.
that's horrible.
It was.
Huh?
So I was leaving town hoping to get away from it, but you guys haven't had anything like that around here yet?
Yet. No.
Okay, well, good, because the way I heard it is that it happened in the town before that as well. Town even further than Trium. They were having that sort of thing. It was kind of spreading out from the east. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to scare folks, but that's why I'm asking around, seeing what's going on. It seems that you guys are safe from whatever this is.
Armesia's blessing.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little faint. Do you mind if I stay another night here? I kind of point to like the
rest
wounded.
up, good sir.
Okay.
As long as you need.
All right. I'm going. Shit, I should have asked that beforehand. I can't ask it now.
What's that?
I wanted to ask her a question, but I can't. It would look too suspicious to do it now. I can't do it. Okay, I go back up to my room for a couple of hours and just kind of hang out and think.
Mhm.
And after 3 or 4 hours or whatever, like middle of the day, I come back down, like pretending as if I just woke up from a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else in the room aside from Martha?
It's sort of between breakfast and lunch, so no. There's a old drunkard in the corner, lost in his cups.
Okay.
No-
So I
no one
tell
right now. Martha's sort of in. I mean, you can see her, but she's sort of between the bar and the kitchen, like tidying things up, buzzing back and forth.
okay. I want to go find Dale. Was it Dale his name or
Mhm.
Daryl? It was Dale and
Um,
Daryl, right?
Yeah, Dale was the first one you met. Daryl
Okay.
was the one who was in the bar.
I want to go find Dale.
Daryl, Dale Earl.
Dale Earl? I want to find
Do you want
Dale
to
Earl.
ask about him or just wander out?
I walk out of the inn,
Okay.
hopefully without Martha seeing me. If she does see me, whatever, no big deal.
Okay. The sunlight kind of burns your eyes. You've been indoors all day. Weren't quite expecting that.
Yeah, I know what
You
that's
see
like.
a fountain right in front of you. Um, it looks like the town's only maybe 150 yards long. Looks like just one main strip through from connecting palisade opening to opening.
Okay.
And there's small thatched huts scattered about. You see one that's taller than all the others, sort of looks like a couple blocks over, dead in front of you, that you assume to be the church. And this inn is the only other large building. Right now, there's some sort of market going on around the fountain square in front of you. So just a couple of little stands set up
Okay.
and people ambling about.
I walk over to one of those stands.
Okay, they're selling some sort of gourd squash.
God damn it, Nina. Okay, I go up to him and I say, "Hey, I'm looking for Dale."
Oh, Dale. Yeah, his house will be,
Do you know if he's
6
working on
doors
duty
down.
today? I just came in last night.
I hear he brought in Jenkins' daughter, wee hours in the morning.
He did?
He's probably resting up.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'd love to go talk to him because I couldn't find her last night. But
Her?
yeah, he didn't tell you. I say I killed all the kobolds that attacked Jenkins and his kids.
Oh, that was you?
That was me.
He sort of looks at you incredulously. I was sort of expecting. Well, thank you, sir. We are indebted to you.
Expecting what?
Nothing.
The frail old man with like the slicked back black ponytail coughs and hobbles off over to
Not
Dale's
old.
place. Not old, but
Old in spirit.
old in body. Just frail. 5 con. Okay. I go off to find this Dale guy.
Okay. So you go to the house.
Mhm.
Remember, it was 7 doors down.
Yeah. All right.
Small, modest
I give a
house
knocky.
now.
I knock on the door.
Okay. Woman answers, homely, middle-aged woman.
Hi. I'm Solomon. Dale must have told you about me. I'm here to see him. I hear he got the other Jenkins daughter.
Oh, no, I wasn't expecting you. He's just, let me go wake him. And she sort of walks into the back room.
Okay.
Dale sort of stumbles out, rubbing his eyes. Oh, it's you.
Hey.
morning.
I heard that you found the other girl.
She's sleeping in the back room. Not sure what to do with her. My wife will look after her for now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
Oh, no, it's fine. I should be up anyways. And he sort of steps out the hut. Shuts the door behind him
Okay.
to chat with you. Or whatever.
All right. So I kind of start strolling with him, limping a little bit, not a lot, just hobbling a little bit as we walk. I say, I hope you guys didn't need that barley shipment, or did you manage to bring it in?
Oh, no. We didn't even think of it. We
Okay.
sort of cleared off the path and brought Jenkins and
You brought the bodies
Lisa
in.
in. Yes. Yes.
It's a shame.
Mhm.
Shame.
Yep,
Okay.
they're at the church now.
Well,
Getting prepared for the viewing.
it's just a terrible shame. I hope you guys aren't in need of supplies or anything. How often do you get shipments from Trium?
Oh, we're fine. They aren't from Trium. Their farm is maybe half a day's journey east of
Okay.
here.
Okay. Good. Sorry, I really didn't mean to wake you. I just wanted to check up and see how things went. Shouldn't let me bother you during your day.
No, it's fine.
No? Okay.
Is there anything I can help you with? We really are grateful for your help.
No, I'm just trying to. Well, as I said to Martha back there, and I kind of tell them the same story about people going missing and people turning up dead in the streets back at
He
Trium.
seems concerned, but he tends to blame it on goblins.
Yeah, I'm like, well, it could be they don't have a wall or anything, so that might be what it is.
Mhm.
You don't get a lot of travelers from that area, do you?
People don't travel much in these parts,
Yeah.
aside from trade.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I hope it's just goblins, and everyone back in Trium was getting a little bit suspicious, worried about stuff. I tried to leave to get away from it, but
Yeah, he seems to be shrugging it off. I mean, he listens or whatever, but he seems to shrug it off and assume that it's just
okay.
goblins.
All right. Well, if you
Same
don't mind,
problems
I'm
they
going to
deal
go
with.
pay my respects to Jenkins.
He nods.
Okay.
Okay.
I head off to the temple, the church, and I totally should not have told him that I was going to the church. Now I can't do anything at the church. Damn it!
You'll get better at this.
Oh, I'm not used to being evil, guys. I'm such a morally upright person in real life. No idea how to be evil.
All right. So do you go to the church?
I go to the church.
Okay. Okay. So you step. It's small. Looks to be, yeah. It's got a relatively high ceiling compared to most of the buildings in here, but it's still the same crude quality.
Okay.
There's a couple of rows of pews. Looks like it couldn't seat any more than 100 people.
Okay. I take a quick
Um,
look around. Is there anyone else in the church?
Yeah, up at the front, you see what you assume to be the two bodies laying
Mhm.
down, and there's two women in sort of like light brown, sort of off-white robes, sort of tending to them. Looks like they're placing flowers on them.
Okay.
And then there's two doors on either side of at the back of the church.
Okay. I immediately leave. I
Okay.
can't stand to be in this place of filth. These horrible people worshiping the wrong god. Okay. Fuck it. I want to kill the priest that runs this temple. I really just want to kill him, but I don't want to get caught doing it yet. I was hoping that he would be abandoned and empty. I go back to the inn, and I'm just gonna like sleep throughout the rest of the day. And as evening approaches, like wake up when it starts to get dark. I want to stay awake, be awake when it gets dark.
Okay.
So, you know, kind of like
Yeah.
doze and chill for the rest of the day, and then as night falls, go out and do stuff.
Fair enough. I probably should have made you do this at the beginning, but I totally forgot. Is the figure out your poison supply?
Oh yeah, poison supply. I forgot all about it.
Not to give you any hints as to what you should be doing, but
Right.
we should sort that out. I didn't find any mention of costs, so maybe if you can just pick what you think is a reasonable amount, and I can approve that,
Okay.
and of what types.
You mean out of like the DMG or something?
Yeah, sure. In terms of whether you injected, ingested, or contact.
Right. Maybe I want some ingestion poison.
Mhm.
How about poison G? Is that cool?
G 2 to 12 hours,
Yeah.
20 damage, 10 damage. That's if you.
Is that too strong?
Sure.
Like I was going for something with a long onset time, something that wasn't immediate.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got some poisonous mushrooms that are that strength.
Poisonous mushrooms. Okay.
How about, let me give you. So you can pick, yeah, okay.
How
And then,
much?
and then I'll give you one other, okay, so you can have that and then one injected or,
Is that like
yeah.
one dose of that?
I was going to roll for that.
Okay. How many doses of mushrooms do I get?
Let's do D4 plus 1. So you have 4 doses of mushrooms, and those will last maybe, I think, another couple months before they go bad.
Okay. And how much do they weigh?
It's negligible.
Okay,
Like
I'm just gonna say
stock.
1 pound, just so I don't lose track of things, and I'll get rid of my loaf of bread and my wheel of cheese,
Okay.
which I ate.
You've still got a loaf of bread and half the wheel of cheese if you
Okay.
want it, or you
Well.
can just toss it.
Whatever. I'll eat it during the day or whatnot.
Okay.
Okay.
And then do you want an injected?
Yeah, I want an injected. What would be? I want maybe not a combat. God, anything that you inject that's not like short is ridiculous.
Yeah. Let's say that those immediate death are a little too hard for you to make.
Yeah. What about O? A paralytic instead of a damage?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's what,
reasonable.
2d12 minutes is how long it takes to go? 2 to
Mm.
24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 2d12 rounds. It's really bad in combat, but it might be useful elsewhere.
Okay, so you only have 1 dose of that.
Okay.
So you've got a small vial of some preparation of that you made. That good,
Okay.
or do you want to plead for?
No, that's good.
Okay. And then from here on out, we'll have you have to gather and prepare
Right,
poisons.
So, I want 2 to 12 hours. That's perfect. I go down and I talk to Martha as I leave. I'm like, Martha, hey, good to see you. I wanted to thank you for letting me stay here free of charge, and I don't have a lot of money, but I'm a pretty good cook. Is there a could I make you guys something? Is there a lot of people in the tavern?
Yeah, it's like dinner time. Yeah, so that.
Okay. Could I make some food for you and your guests?
Why don't we have you roll a charisma check with it? Because you're kind of sleazy. We're not sure if she trusts you in the kitchen.
How am I sleazy? Oh, I guess I. How am I sleazy? I'm not sleazy at all. 18. That's a fail.
Okay. She says, "Yeah, we're pretty hammered right now. If you want to help out the cook, I'm sure we'd all appreciate it."
Thanks.
Yeah.
My question is these poisons. If let's say someone takes a half dose, it's what type is it? Did I say type O?
Yeah,
Type
it's
G.
ingested.
Yeah. So if they take a half dose, do they take like half damage, or what's the effect there?
Yeah, we can do that for the damage one.
Okay.
Or how about let's do save, they don't take any, and if they pass, they take the half. So if they fail their save, they take 10. If they pass, they take nothing.
Okay.
Or we can do 5.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So just sort of scale everything down. Yeah,
Sure.
So I just halved it. That's what I did. Okay.
All right, and you say the room is packed, like a lot of people?
Maybe there's like 20 in there now.
Okay.
So maybe like 3 parties at tables and then a couple guys at the bar.
Okay. I go into the kitchen.
It seems to be rather. I mean, it seems like it's all the locals and they seem to know each other.
All right.
Okay.
I go into
in the kitchen. There's a cook at work. I mean, Martha sort of explains.
Okay. I take 2 of my. I want to take 2 of my poison mushrooms and chop them up like when no one's looking, and then put them in the food that I'm preparing. I don't care what I prepare. Whatever I know how to do best.
Okay.
I don't proclaim to be a great cook or anything, but I'll just put something together.
Okay. Do you want to describe to me what you want? I mean, it looks like he's just sort of making whatever. There don't seem to really be doing much in the way of orders. He's just sort of
making food, right?
Got a roast going, and potatoes and.
Yeah, well, I'll sort of like put together some tomatoes. I'll grab some meat.
Okay.
Chop up these mushrooms. If there's an onion about, do that too.
So you just make one dish.
No, I want to make. I want to use 2 of the mushrooms, and I want to make 4 dishes.
Okay.
So that's 2. That's 4 things at half strength.
Okay.
And I make them a little bit on the small side. Like I put just, like not. I put just a shy of the amount of food that a person would normally eat. So that way no one they don't. That way they're guaranteed to finish their plate, or more likely to finish their whole plate of mushrooms.
Do you have any? You don't have a cooking proficiency,
God,
correct?
no.
Okay.
I'm not a good cook.
What stat check to have you do? You want to do Dex or
Intel maybe for cooking, or I don't know.
So have you do a Dex and an Intel?
Okay. And here's my Dex.
Or maybe how about 1 check average Dex int?
Dex and int. Okay. Or that would be what 27 divided by 2 is 13 and a half. Okay, so D20 plus 13.
And round up to 14.
Okay, D20 plus 14. 26, bitches.
Okay, so the food is decent looking. Are they all the same dish?
Yeah, they're all just the same dish.
Okay, so some sort of braised meat with...
Yeah. I bring them out. I set them out in front of 3 random people, and I hand one of them to Martha, and I'd be like, "Thank you so much for helping me with this. It's a little hot in this kitchen, and my wounds are making me woozy. I'm going to go out and get some fresh air."
Yeah, the people you hand it to look ravenous.
Okay, excellent.
You see at least one of them start to fork it down. Okay. All right.
Excellent.
What was the onset time for this guy?
It is 2 to 12 hours, so 2d6
Okay.
hours.
Okay. All right. All right. So where are you gonna head now?
Now I head out to the temple, to the church.
Okay.
Um, I keep like an eye out as I walk to the church to see how many people notice me.
All right. What time are you? So it's now like 6 p.m.
I was hoping to do it
It's-
at night, like when.
Okay. I
when
mean,
it's dark.
it's getting dark, but it's not nighttime. Maybe there's still people ambling around town.
Well,
Maybe
I
a little
wanna
later. It's like
hang out at-
6:30. I mean, this is the dinner rush at the tavern.
okay. Well, I already told her I was leaving, so I'll just kind of like walk through the streets a little bit, maybe get some water from the fountain, and then
Mhm.
like after the sun sets, I will try and
I mean,
make my way.
the sun's pretty much set, but
Okay.
there's still people about.
Yeah, well, I'll kill a few minutes until the sun finishes
Mhm.
setting, and then
Okay.
I will do my best to make my way to the church unnoticed. If that means I have to like kind of walk behind houses, then I
Okay.
can just kind of like meander around the town like aimlessly, and then find my way behind some houses towards the temple if I can.
Okay. They seem to be a reasonably trusting lot, so no one's like, yeah, monitoring your movements.
Excellent.
Okay. And you're able to get to the temple.
Okay.
The doors are wide open and the lights are on.
Okay.
Still.
I don't go inside. I don't go inside.
Okay.
I want to. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna, as you're hanging out there, you see a couple, like a family of people walk out of the church
Excellent.
and sort of wander back to their house.
I want to casually stroll around the perimeter of the church to see if there's any like other doors that would enter that might go to like a priest chamber or some other room in the temple.
Yeah, there's what you figure is exactly that. So the church is sort of shaped like a. Let me go to a. I'll just draw on this. Whoops. Can I actually draw straight lines or no?
There's the polygon line tool
Polygon line
that's under
tool.
the paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean right above the paintbrush?
No, like if
Object
you mouse over the paintbrush, then it should pop out with a new menu that allows you to get to the
Oh,
polygon
okay.
line tool.
Polygon line. Oh. I don't understand what I'm doing.
It should be like a click, 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 click,
Yeah.
sort of thing. I don't see your doodles anywhere.
I need to switch screens back. All right, but I screwed up the doodles, so let me get back to this. Okay. How do I end? Oh,
Right click, I think.
oh no, that's not what I wanted.
It's a triangle church.
Shh. This is way more trouble than it's worth. Damn it. Okay, the crookedness of the lines explains the quality.
Excellent.
Alrighty. All right, so it's shaped like that. So here's sort of like the main door,
Mm-hmm.
which is open now. There's light pouring out. When you walked in, the back wall was something like, actually, it looked more like, I mean, there was a back wall right there where
Okay.
there was sort of like a altar and the bodies hanging out up here.
Okay.
There are rows of pews.
Right. Right.
And then you were sort of walking around. There was a door here that looks like it's sort of set up like a. So there's like a whole picket fence. Whoa. Picket fence like that. And this little cobblestone walkway up to that door. So you assuming it's like the priest's house.
Okay. Um, casually strolling around the temple, just whatever, no big deal, just walking around. I look to see if there's anyone nearby that might be able to see me if I were to hop the picket fence and try the doorknob.
There is absolutely no one out that you can see.
Perfect. I hop over the picket fence a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and gently try the doorknob.
It is unlocked.
I open the
In fact,
door.
there's not even a lock on the door. It's just yeah.
I open the door and kind of peek my head in.
Okay. It is dark inside. Um, there's a window at the back, so it's like a front entryway, small, modest kitchen, and then it sort of curves around, as you can see on the map.
Okay. Is there another doorway in this room?
Yeah. So there's a divider there. So there's a door here, and a door like here.
Okay.
Not necessarily drawn to scale.
Right.
So this is So back here.
Do the
Yeah.
doors open that way? So like
Um.
this one would close here and this one would close here.
Yes.
Okay, so if
And,
I
yeah.
hide back here, I'm behind whichever door would open, right?
Yeah, all of the doors open inward
Perfect.
into this room that you're in.
Perfect. I would just want to stand right over here. I just want to
Okay.
stand there, and
Okay.
I'm gonna wait like an hour.
Okay.
See if anyone
You
comes
hear
in.
voices on the other side of the wall, and so, presumably within church, you can't really make out what they're saying.
That's fine.
So after about 50 minutes or so, you hear some noise to your behind you. So from how do I ping?
Hold and click. Oh, with
Oh, no.
with the mouse pointer, not the
Yeah.
paintbrush.
So you hear. This is stupid. Why is my ping so small and pathetic?
I can't even see a ping.
I can see like this tiny little sad ping.
Whatever.
Anyways, behind you into those side rooms.
Okay, so on the left side of the.
Yeah.
Cool. I continue to wait, and I pull out
So you
my
heard
Chris.
a door open and then close.
Pull out my Chris, and keep it at my
Another
side.
door open and close,
And
and you hear some rustling
I
behind
move
the
to
wall
here.
behind you.
I move directly behind the door.
Okay. And when you don't hear any more noise.
Was there a bed in this room that I checked? That I'm in right now? I forgot to ask.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's a covered bed sort of in the corner.
Perfect. All right.
Let's say it's like a whoops, damn it. The top right corner.
Cool. I continue waiting.
Okay. You hear occasionally some more noises. It sounds like he's doing something in the room behind you,
Okay.
or it's doing. Yeah.
I think to
whoever is
myself,
in the room.
did I shut the door behind me when I walked in this room?
You think you did?
Okay, good. Then I keep waiting.
Okay.
I'll wait all night.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
waiting for this guy to go to bed.
Okay. So you'd guess probably another hour later, the door opens
Hmm.
towards you.
Is there
Do you
any
do
light
anything?
coming? Like, is there?
Yeah. So light sheds in as the door opens.
Okay.
Making any actions? Okay.
I
So-
wait for him to walk past me.
All right. So the door out. Yeah. Past the room, a male robed figure steps in, wearing the same brownish color that the two women were wearing. Almost got nicer green embroidery. In his right hand, he's holding a lantern.
Okay.
He's
I want to.
He shuts the door behind him and walks past you.
I want to walk up behind him and put my hand on his mouth.
Okay. So you roll a. Let's do a roll to hit.
Do I have plus
grab
back
attack.
attack and surprise?
Back surprise, so +3, right?
18.
Okay. So you grab him and he sort of makes a muffled.
Um,
But,
what was the name of his god?
Armesia?
Armesia.
Right.
And then I want to whisper in his ear. Beelzebub says hi to Armesia, and then stab him in the back.
All right. Auto hit, right? Let's
Shit.
do.
Yeah.
Or do you want to roll to see if you crit or anything like that?
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Unless you, yeah. So let's have you auto hit unless you critically miss.
Okay, so
And
just
you,
D20
and
then.
just see if you crit. Yeah.
10. So yeah, just normal hit.
Yeah. So just standard hit. Roll for damage.
2. Fuck. Oh fuck! But I'm still got my mouth. I just want to keep stabbing him until he's dead.
Okay. So he screams and
That's
sort
why I
of
got the
flails
mouth
and
hand around his mouth.
drops the lantern,
Okay.
and he starts to struggle. So let's do initiative.
5.
Okay, it's including weapon speed. Okay, so you go first.
D.
Are you just gonna stab again?
Yeah, D20 plus 2. Any bonus or penalty for being like in this grappled position?
Penalty? No, major bonuses.
Okay.
Target is held. Oh, that's an auto hit, right?
Yeah, but held is like magically held, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Stand up. Well, back attack is plus 2, definitely. I'm not sure what to give you other than plus 2 for back attack.
All right. Whatever
yeah.
you want. Seriously? All right. 8.
So you roll an 8, including the plus 2?
Including the plus 2.
Okay, I mean, he's got billowy robes, so you stab and you don't strike flesh.
Okay.
So he's going to try and struggle free. Let's roll a opposed strength checks.
Okay. 30. Oh. Oh.
So you struggle with him, and you wind up getting a tighter grip on him.
Excellent.
After the fight. So before you were just sort of covering his mouth, but now you've kind of got a elbow lock over his mouth, and you've actually got your right arm wrapped around him with the dagger still in it.
Okay. Then I'm going to say, tell Armnesia that Solomon the Cruel says hello as I try and stab him again. Although I guess I have to roll
Got a lot of
initiative.
messages to give this goddess. Yeah, so
Initiative 4.
wow, you're rolling well. Yeah, you get to go again.
17.
Okay, so you hit.
2 more damage.
He's still standing and starting to bleed on you. Good thing you got your red robes.
Yeah. All right.
So by the way, the lantern is on the floor, tipped over sideways.
Is it
So
oil spilling out anywhere?
oil is spilling out. It hasn't caught fire other than
Fuck.
like in the chamber of the lantern. But you see this as a potential hazard. Anyway, so declaring
we'll be fine.
actions and rolling initiative.
Uh,
Oh wait, no, you stabbed him, so he gets another strength check.
right. 24.
All right, you've still got him restrained, and he's sort of struggling and muffled cries.
Okay. Initiative?
Yeah.
6.
Okay. He goes first, and he bites you.
He bites me.
He bites
What a
your
little
hand,
bitch!
and he bites into the flesh of your hand and draws blood. You take 1 point of damage.
Motherfucker.
Are you gonna keep muffling him, or?
Oh, absolutely. I will deal with this pain.
He appears to be losing it, sort of flailing. And
Okay.
anyway, so it's your turn. You're just gonna keep stabbing.
Yeah,
So
I want to just stab him in the ribs this time, or just
Yeah, I mean you've got your armor on front.
yeah. 18, 20. That's got to be a crit.
It's a crit.
All right.
What does it need? It needs to clear by 8, right? If it's a natural.
If it's an 18 or higher, you need to clear by 4. If it's lower than
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you get it perfectly between his.
I don't know if you're doing
ribs.
double crits, triple crits, or not, but
Yeah, we can deal with it. Do that. That doesn't. I mean, double crit would need to clear by 16, right? Or
Well, no,
8,
but
or sorry,
you'll
12.
need to clear by 8 because it would go 4, 8, 12,
Oh,
16, right?
okay. We need to 4, 8. I
Yeah,
think
because I rolled a
let's do.
natural 18. So if
You
I,
usually do 4. So triple crit is clear by 12.
yeah, that's I modded the system so you have to clear by 5 to crit rather than 4, and then it's 5, 10, 15, or 10, 20,
Okay,
30.
we can do that.
You can do that. Okay, so then let me roll an extra damage die.
Yeah. Well, the first one killed him.
Well, hold on. I'm not done with him yet. So another
I mean,
1 damage on top of
yeah.
that. So he's dead.
Yeah. So you slip your blade between his ribs, and he falls
Okay.
limp in your arms.
I-
How much total damage did you end up doing?
5.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any rope or anything around in the room?
You have some in your bag.
I have rope.
You
I don't want to
see
use my
any-
rope. I want to use something else. No.
How long do you want it to be?
Enough to tie him up to his bed.
Okay. I mean, he's
By
got a
15
rope cord tied around his waist. It's sort of like
Yeah,
a
fuck
nice
it.
gold rope. If you want to roll a religion check, you can try and
Figure out what it means.
yeah.
All right. 25.
I mean, so it's typical symbolic of his religion. I mean, it means that he's the single rope means he's just the lowest level of priest.
Fuck him.
And so it's symbolic something of the, I don't know, agriculture, whatever, bonded to
Okay.
his service.
So this is what I want to do. Before he.
So there's that small sash, and then do you want to look for a longer
Yeah.
rope?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in this room for a while. I know I've been standing in the corner, but I look about. Is there anything that could be used as rope?
You know what? No, not unless you want to improvise and use like cloth, like strips of cloth, like from his bed, or the dividing his bed.
Yeah. I lay him down on. Well, I tear the sheets off, toss him on his bed, tie
And you
his
find
corpse.
another rope like this,
Okay.
sort of hanging from the wall, like another.
I toss it away. I don't give a fuck about that. I use the sheets.
So
Yeah,
he's
it's-
bleeding. Are
Yeah, yeah.
you
No, no.
bleed out?
I'm letting him bleed for a little while. I'm using
Okay.
the sheets to tie him to his bed as quickly as possible. Like I want it.
Okay.
I just want this done.
Okay. Are you tearing off shreds of it or using whole?
I'll just use the whole sheet and everything.
Okay, so you sort of bundle it up like a whip type thing.
Yeah, and then wrap around the bed, tie it
His
to him.
hands bound.
No, I would just want to tie his body
Oh, okay.
as much as possible.
Okay. All right.
And then I want to cure light wounds him.
Okay. So hold on. Let me see how many rounds it took. So it took you about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Get him tied up. How do you calculate bleeding damage? Is it
1 damage per round.
round?
Yeah.
And then save versus death? That's just if you hit negative?
No, that's if you are trying to heal up the next day. Like
Okay.
if you're trying to rest, then it's save versus death to
Okay. Okay.
see what you-
Yeah. All right. So he's been bleeding for 2 rounds.
3. Oh shit! That doesn't bring back to consciousness, does it?
No, it does not. It would stop the bleeding though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Fuck it. All right. I take the lantern and I take a few steps back and I crashed on the ground, so everything lights on fire.
Okay.
And then if there's still time before things get out of hand, I want to undo the knots on his body. If it's too late and if the fire's already spread that far, I don't. But I want to untie the rope from his body and like just toss the sheets on top of him.
Roll a dex check.
What's my dex? 12.
Okay.
Whoops.
if-
That's I rolled a d12.
Yeah.
D20 plus 12. There we go.
Okay. You can't seem to get the knot undone, and the fire's sort of spread up one of the walls, so you're starting to freak out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh fuck it. I bail then. I bail.
Okay. Out the door you came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I try and make as much haste away from the church and like walk around and behind some buildings, just get away from the church as much as possible.
Okay. All right. You don't see anyone out and about, at least in this part of town.
Okay.
You see a few lights on in some of the houses
All
nearby.
right. I want to make my way as far towards the front as I can.
The way you came in.
Like, yeah, towards the front of the town.
So the way you came in.
Yeah, the way I
I mean,
came
it's
into town.
sort of like a circular palisade wall. So
Right.
there's- yeah.
Right.
Okay.
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 So I'm making my way over to there.
So you wind up doubling. You head west out of the house and sort of double around back towards the eastern gate where you came.
Right.
You pass by a pair of men walking down the street, sort of talking to themselves. They don't
I
really
walk up
see
to
you.
them and say hello.
Okay. They nod. Do you try to stop them? Or
Yeah, I try and be like, "Hi guys, how's it going?
Like, greetings.
I'm new to town. I'm just kind of walking around. I'm lost. Where's the tavern again? I'm sorry, I just got here, and I've been kind of out of it.
Yeah, sure. It's a few blocks that way.
Okay,
Yeah, so
cool.
I can give you directions. to the
And
tavern.
I try and like stop them and like create small talk with them, even if
Okay.
they're resistant to it. Just like,
No, they seem happy to chat for a
Yeah,
few
I'm like,
minutes.
"Oh,
What do
so-
you bring up?
just like, how's the weather in town? How's things going?
Mhm.
I'm trying to like kill time, so I'm standing and talking with them when the building is visibly on fire. So I'll just
Okay.
I'll chat. I'll roll with anything they want to talk about. Be like, oh, what do you do
Okay.
for a living? You're farmers. Wow, my
I'm sure
mom was a
forgets,
farmer.
yeah, so they're both farmers. They're just
Yeah.
complaining about this and that. How the weather's too much rain.
I
Kobolds stealing or raiding the supply trains and increasing the cost of shipping. Yada yada yada.
I tell them about how like, oh, I know Jenkins. Well, I knew Jenkins. Well, I do the whole I saved the Jenkins.
Oh,
children
okay, they connect the
sort of
dots and they say, "Oh, you're the one that found him."
Yeah.
Sad. Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Poor girl. What's ever gonna? Oh my! Is that smoke? And one of them sort of points off above the rooftop of the houses, and they start jogging towards the smoke.
Okay. I start jogging with them, or
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm hurt. Hold on, I'll catch up. And like try
they
and
sort of look and think for a second, and then keep walking, keep running.
okay. I
And
catch up
you-
with them slowly.
Yeah. What's that?
I catch up with them slowly.
Okay. They sort of disappear into an out and into.
Whatever.
Do you try to catch up with them if they disappear around a corner?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
speed
I
up
know
to go.
I head towards the smoke. Just at movement
Yeah,
rate. Instead of
okay.
movement rate 12, I go at movement rate 9.
Okay, so you aren't trying to keep up with them.
God no. No, no, no.
Anyway. Okay, so they disappear down an alley, and you slowly, over the course of getting there, hear more and more commotion.
Mhm.
And you reach the church, and it's up in flame, and there's a crowd sort of gathered
Okay.
around
I have a question
at it.
for you, Ryan. If I cast a cause fear spell on a person, are they afraid of me, or are they just hit by an unknown terror and must run away?
I unless the spell says differently, I'm assuming that they can immediately identify you as the source of the spell.
What if they can't see me when I cast the spell?
Um. Then maybe, yeah. If they can't see you, they couldn't necessarily
Okay.
identify it as you. But I think as soon as they see you, they'll sort of make the connection.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, so until they see you, it feels like some unknown source is frightening them. Like, some, I don't know,
Right. Right. Just,
something, something mysterious in the dark, spooking them and they can't quite identify it. And then,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I watch as the church burns,
yeah,
and
so
then
there's
I
sort of a volunteer fire brigade getting started and everyone's sort of panicking.
I run up to, or I kind of like hobble up to the priest's door,
Mm-hmm.
or like try and get near it. Like I'm
There's sort of a crowd gathered.
Mhm.
So do you want to push your way through the crowd?
yeah, I kind of want to weave my
Okay.
way through the crowd.
And as you're, so you see that the door is wide
Mm-hmm.
open of the priest's chamber and smoke is billowing out.
I say, did someone go inside?
And they're like, yeah, Daryl just ran in.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in too, and I
Yeah,
go
he's-
in, and as soon as I walk in the door.
Okay. All right. Smoke is sort of billowing out, and it's all right. Yeah. It's
Okay.
sort of making you cough and gag,
So here's my
and your
question.
vision is severely limited. Okay.
From the outside, I couldn't see any figures on the inside, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to move my way through as possible, looking for Daryl.
Okay. I mean, you see, as you step in, you see he's immediately in front of you, sort of with like his shirt up over his face, out of walking in through the smoke.
I cast Cause Fear on him. If I'm inside far enough that I think that they wouldn't be able to see me from outside, I cast Cause Fear.
Okay. So. Okay. So you hear Daryl cry out in fear,
Mhm.
and he breaks out into a run, like into the flames.
Excellent.
And yeah, okay. So it's hard to really tell. There's a lot of commotion going on.
It's fine. If he
You
runs
can't
into the
really
fire,
identify
that's okay.
Oh yeah, he leaps into the flame and sort of runs towards the back of the apartment, towards the door that the priest came out of, and you can't really see more than a few
Shit.
feet in front of you.
I really hope he doesn't escape that way. I was kind of expecting him to just burn to death in here. Whoops. I walk over towards the... I try and find my way towards the bed to see if the priest is still in the bed.
The bed is aflame.
Oh, cool. So do I look around? Do I see the priest's corpse anywhere?
It's in the bed where you left it.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
On
he was
fire.
still... Good. I'm just double checking.
I mean, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I
Let's
walk
have you
back
roll
out.
a Constitution check, or unless you can think of a better way to resist smoke inhalation.
Anything but a con check?
roll the con check.
Okay. 9.
Okay.
I wanna crawl
So
my-
you fall to your knees from just the smoke inhalation.
I crawl as...
Managed to
out.
crawl out.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you never went in. I mean, yeah, you aren't really aflame yet, but the roof of this place is on fire and getting ready to collapse any minute.
Okay.
All right,
crawl
so
my
you
way
crawl
out.
out of the flame as smoke billows out overhead.
Yeah.
Um,
Daryl, he
Someone-
went in further.
someone drags you to your feet.
I think he's looking for people. He ran inside. He's a hero.
All right, you see a few more men run inside. They go
No,
inside.
don't go after. Oh God.
They go inside and okay. Within 30 seconds, they step back out and smudge, and everyone,
Okay.
sort of retreat.
Okay.
I
I play more sick and wounded than I am. I pretend to fall. I pretend to pass out and just kind of close my eyes and lay on the ground, and just listen to what people are doing around me.
Okay. Okay. So you eventually hear, "We've got Daryl! We've got Daryl!"
Oh fuck! No!
He's
Shit!
hurt! He's hurt! Okay. Do you get to your... So you were pulled from the building and, like, sat on some blankets or something like that off
Okay.
to the side. You were listening. And so you hear some commotion coming from the front entrance of the church.
Okay.
Are you going to stand up and go towards it?
No, I'm gonna continue to fake being unconscious.
So this has been... I mean, it's been 5-10 minutes. You assume your spell has worn off.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just praying that he never got a good look at my face.
He never even turned to look at you.
Yes.
So you saw his figure hazily through the smoke, and he took off running.
Okay. I continue to play dead.
Okay. All right. How long do you want to go at
Like
this?
10 minutes. Like, does anyone move my body or?
No, they sort of leave you alone. They're trying to put the fire out.
Okay. After
It seems like a lot of attention has gone over to Daryl, who's presumably badly wounded.
after 10 or 15 minutes, I get to my feet and like stumble over to Daryl.
Okay. All right. So there's a bit of a crowd surrounding him that you can sort of push enough to see, and I mean he's laying down. There's some the two women in the robes who appear to be like volunteer. I don't know, whatever's of the religion are tending to his wounds. He's pretty badly burned head to toe.
Oh
He
God,
looks
Daryl!
semi-unconscious.
Is he gonna make it?
Sisters are doing the best they can.
Oh God! I knew it was too much to hope for. I knew we could have. I thought I could escape the pestilence, but I can't. I can't escape it.
Okay.
I hang
Yeah,
out
it's
and watch the scene
concerned
for a
with you.
while. And
Yeah.
if anyone is willing to listen, I tell them about how horrible things like this were happening in the last town I was in. You know?
Okay. It's sort of the hysteria sort of starts to catch on.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, there's something happening. That's
So
what
are
was
you,
happening
like,
in
moving
Trium.
around the crowd? Are
What?
you moving around the crowd doing this? Or-
No, I'll kind of
Person
stay in
to
this one
person,
spot,
or-
and I'll turn to someone and be like, and have this conversation and
Okay.
try and steam like snowball it from there. But I don't like if that conversation fails, I'm not going to walk up to another person and start it over again.
No, I mean you talk to several people and have the same sort of conversation. Eventually, sort of like you start talking to some person about it, and then another person overhears, and like tension catches on, and you've got maybe 5 or so people in a circle staring at you.
Yeah, I tell them about how in
Okay.
Trium this sort of thing was happening. People went missing. Nothing this bad ever happened, but people would show up dead in the streets. Some people would just go missing. Who knows?
Okay, so they ask for specifics, and a small crowd sort of sits to gather around you,
Yeah.
listen to you spout tales of doom and death. Anything specific you want to do with their attention, or?
I just tell them that there's, plagues moving around, people dying mysteriously, and that it was whispered that servants of Beelzebub the Mighty, or no, not the Mighty, the Beelzebub the Powerful were
Powerful.
Yes, powerful and dangerous and dark.
Okay.
He might be causing all
yeah.
these ills.
Okay. So you eventually get up to a crowd of 20 or so, but you run out of stories and they start to disperse.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eventually the fire gets put out. They uncover the charred remains of the priest. The town is up in, mourning. Yeah. The sisters tend to it, and things sort of start to settle down for the night. People go home, and we'll deal with it in the morning.
All right, I head back to the inn.
Okay.
Weary, exhausted. Okay. And I go to bed.
Hold on a sec.
Oh god, are you making rolls? I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so much more terrifying to be a player and hearing the DM make rolls than it is to be a DM.
It's more satisfying when it's like.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I was making rolls. They were for your benefit. They were to see when those poisons kick in.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
All right. So you go to bed.
I go to bed. And you know what? It's been an hour. Let's take a short break.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back in 3 minutes ish, and we'll see how things go.